Alright, so we have a Ring Doorbell Pro 2 video doorbell camera that we're going to install. Check the link in the description for items used in the video, and also I'll put a link in there to a video that I made where we already upgraded our transformer, our doorbell transformer and our doorbell chime from a 16 volt to a 24 volt. So I'll put a link to that video in the description. So let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we have. Okay, boy, they really get a lot packaged nicely in these. Our cat's excited as well. So there's the doorbell. This is the chime installation that we need to install in our existing hallway chime that we have. They really do package everything well. This is a little tool designed for the screws on the bottom, I believe. This is an optional wedge where when you install it, if you wanted to not have the doorbell look straight out, if you wanted it to like angle towards a person, depending on which side of the door it was on, you can install that behind your doorbell. We're gonna look at ours outside before we make that decision. Our doorbell does face straight out towards the street, so we wouldn't need that. If it was on the side, like if your doorbell is on the right or left, you definitely wanna use that. They have a little sticker I'm not gonna use. They're protected by Ring. There's some installation screws. Our first step is to turn power off to our doorbell. All right, let's get started. All right, now that our power's out, we're going to remove the cover to our chime, and we're going to install this piece into our existing chime. All right, so we take the cover off to our existing chime. Let me show these screws up here. We have 3 screw connections. The one on the left is not used. That's if you have a rear doorbell. The middle one says trans, that's for transformer. And this one on the right says front, that's for the front doorbell. This would be rear if you had a rear doorbell. So we're gonna leave that one blank. We're gonna unscrew both of these. We're gonna add our 2 wires that we have on here. They're going to connect to these 2, and it doesn't matter which way they go. So we're going to loosen the screws, attach these 2, and then tighten them back down. We also have to find place to tuck this in there. Tuck it here on the side, and we'll bring these around. Had a little sticky tab on it. I didn't realize that until it just kind of fell off. So I'm going to attach this here. Make sure the other one stays put. Snug that up good. Now attach this one. These did come with extensions if yours doesn't quite reach, because these barely reach. But they did have a little extenders in the packet, so. Okay. Good connection on both those. We have that mounted. Gonna put our cover back on. Okay, that part is done. Now we get to go do the outside, the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and take off our exterior doorbell. Alright, so we had to pry ours off a little bit. So there's our old wires coming out of the wall. So we have a red and a white. Those are going to go on our new doorbell. We don't want any way to lose those. It looks like they're not pulling, so I could unhook those and they're going to rest right there. So I don't have to worry about that. They're just resting right there. So there's our old doorbell. That's all there is to them. Since we have this double door, and the one on the right is our main door, we are going to go ahead and use the one that angles it this way. We want to pull our wires through here like that. We're going to want to center ours there. Okay, so the bottom part pops out. This is just a cover, so I'll go ahead and I guess take that off, the protective part. So we just set that aside until later. My mounting hole. So I want to put those wires through here. Just kind of put that in the middle. Then I can put this wherever I want. Just put it right in the middle. And we'll mount one screw. Before we tighten them down, we'll kind of make sure it's level. So just gonna mark a little bit on the paint there. We could go up to a 5/64, though. I'm gonna do that because that 1/16 is hardly anything. So what I need to go do is find a different screw. These are too long. They're hitting my stucco behind there. So I need to find a screw that'll fit in this hole and not go into my stucco. So I'm not going to be able to use the screws that came with this. Alright, so we got these smaller screws that fit in. Gonna see if they work or not. We won't know until they go all the way in. Just back it off a little bit. I'll level this thing. Next thing, connect the doorbell wires right here. Okay. They didn't leave any length in these wires, so try to straighten it out before I curl it. So I'll go ahead and straighten this wire out. And I'll kind of curl the end. Being contacted well by the screw. Okay, so we got some wire strippers. We just need a little bit more. Okay, it's under. See if we can get a video of that. Alright, it wasn't easy, but we got the 2 wires in there. We just didn't have any room to work with. These screws. And the C, the bag labeled C. So take B. B is the one, the little bitty screws. But anyway, the ring's at the bottom. So we're gonna put it on like that. And then this tool that comes with it is special for that screw. And there's a screw down here. And although there's a second screw in there, I think it must be an extra. We get to turn our power on and see how that goes. So we're gonna turn the power on at the breaker and see what happens. Alright, that sound means it worked. Okay, so I'm videoing with my phone, and I need my phone with the QR code to set this up. So we're gonna just set it up by scanning it. But that concludes the installation of our Ring doorbell.